Well, Steve, you're a Navy guy. You understand how important the Indian Ocean is in that whole region. We now call the Pacific Command the Indo-PACOM, or the Indo-Pacific Command. India is incredibly important. It's a huge country. They're going to be bigger than China population-wise. If they're not already, they will be in the next 5 years. They're a powerful country. They're a democracy. They speak English. They want to be friends with the U.S. And China has territorial claims against India. China has attacked India many times, and so they're not very happy with the Chinese. They've kicked out all the Chinese apps. WeChat and Weibo and TikTok are not available in India. And India will become a major manufacturing base for American products and companies that are leaving China. So India is a huge strategic partner for America going forward. It's part of the Quad, the diplomatic alliance between Canberra, Tokyo, Delhi, and Washington. And so it was important to President Trump. It's important to America as a whole. And we've got very good relations with India. So I think that's going to be a key relationship going into late into the 21st century.
Look, we love Modi. He's a nationalist like we like him. And President Trump's obviously very close to Modi. The Howdy Modi thing was the biggest thing President Trump's ever had. When President Trump went to India in 2020, it was unbelievable. But they are very tough negotiators. And if you look at our trade deals, particularly talk to Navarro, India makes his head blow up. Do you think we'll actually get a deal with these guys that we can live with and they can live with?
Yeah, I think we will. I was on both those visits. The Howdy Modi visit was in Houston, as you know, and at the stadium there, the basketball arena, packed. And Modi gave a speech that had the crowd very raucous. President Trump gave a speech, and you might recall after the end of the speech, all of these leaders have a formal relationship. They have a cordial relationship, but they don't have a real friendship. I think that Modi and Trump have a real friendship. And so Modi took Trump by the hands, as they're kind of want to do in that region, and held him by both hands and walked him around the arena. The Secret Service their heads exploded, trying to keep up with Modi and Trump walking around the arena. And there was genuine affection between the two of them. And then I was on a trip to India, where the president had, I think the biggest rally he's ever done was over 120,000 people in the largest cricket stadium in the world. The whole infield of the cricket stadium was full. Every seat in the stands was full. It was hot as Hades that day. We were sitting in the front row and boiling. I remember Kash Patel, who worked for me at the time, was with me, and we were all sweating. But the president gave a great talk. Modi gave a great talk. Again, they walked around the stadium to some extent. And so there's a real relationship there. And I think India understands, after the Chinese attacked India, you'll recall this in 2019, Steve, and they attacked that Indian patrol up in the Himalayas and dismembered the bodies of the Indian soldiers they killed, and were quite brutal with them. The Indians learned what they were dealing with the Chinese, and the Indians understood this only with America and American weapon systems that they can hold off the Chinese, and so that alliance has really come together in a way that it had not before. So I think it'll be a strong alliance. When it comes to trade, I think the Indians, Modi used to joke about it. He knew that the Indian tariffs were very high. It killed Peter Navarro, as he pointed out, that India had such high tariffs. President Trump understood it. He gave Prime Minister Modi a hard time about those high tariffs. But I think now that Trump is announced Liberation Day, has announced the high tariffs in reciprocal tariffs, I think the Indians understand that they need to make a deal. The Indians have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity as everything moves from China to India. They can blow up their manufacturing base. They can have a huge middle class. Apple announced they're going to start making iPhones in India, 100% of the iPhone in India. That's a great opportunity for the Indians. So it's in their interest to reduce tariffs, bring the manufacturing from China to India, export to the United States, have a strong security alliance with us, and really have an American-Indian future in the Indo-Pacific region.